Gathered in their masses, just like witches at black masses. Evil minds that plot destruction, sorcerer of death's construction. In the fields of bodies burning, as the war machine keeps turning, death and hatred to mankind.
I forgot to add myself to the stage. Wow. Welcome to my day. What's up, everybody? Welcome to Shaman Sundays. I am your host, Brandon the Gnome Cooper. Hope everybody's having a very, very good Mother's Day. All the mothers out there, thank you so much. That's what the kids on the TikTok are doing. So I'm just gonna start doing it. Little heart. I'm so behind the times. Y'all, I'm getting old. I'm still trying. Let me click buttons here. Oh, I'm almost here. There we go. Now I got the bottom thing going. Let's see who we got watching. Kim Brady. Hi, Pumpkin. Happy Mother's Day, Kim. James. What's up, buddy? And then we got Brian Wells. For those of you who don't know Brian, I am Brian's bitch. Just saying. He needed a bitch, and I decided that I would fulfill the slot. Tracy, what's wrong? Like, can you not hear me? I don't know, because my cans aren't quite working. So, guys, if there's like any kind of audio or whatever, just let me know in the chat. But, and then we got Limestone Spirit Chasers. I believe this is your first time commenting or viewing, so thank you so much. I try to keep up with my first time people. Limestone Spirit Chasers, thank you so much for tuning in. I know you're not tuning in for me. You're tuning in for the two lovely ladies that are my guests tonight. But you know what? I'll take what I can get. Thomas, what's up, buddy? Kim, yeah, of course. Trevor had better bought you something nice. Have bought you? My English boy from South Carolina. I hope your boy bought you something nice. Oh, look, it's Haunting Angels. Ooh, I wonder who they are. Well, you know what? We're all going to find out together because they're my special guests tonight. Can you believe that we have two mothers that on Mother's Day are coming on the podcast? I mean, really, I feel so honored. Oh, like it's going to be great. Let me get through a couple more comments. Becky, where have you been, Becky? Sweetheart, are you good? Oh, and I do apologize for not messaging you back when you were up in my area. I do apologize, but I was up by Winston-Salem, North Carolina, doing some blacksmithing. Stu. Oh, okay, good. So it's not me. So you know what, guys? Before we get any further, and I forget, let's light the sage. We light the sage every week to get rid of the negativity that everybody's bringing forth from last week. And at least we can try to start at least tomorrow on a good note. I've been thinking a lot. There's a lot of chaos and hatred and all this stuff. Well, that lighter's done. Throw that back there. I quit watching the news about 2 weeks ago. And listen, let me tell you, I'm so much happier. So if you're one of those people that just sit and have to watch the news, you might want to back off just a little bit at a time. Mental health. Always think about your mental health. Oh, I see somebody sneaking in. sneaking in there. We got Anthony. What's up there? Texas Wraith Hunters. Stephanie, thank you so much for tuning in and welcome to the show. So, you guys, without further ado, I'm going to bring up Yvette and Sierra from Haunting Angels, and we're all going to get to know each other. But I do need to warn you, Yvette has these freaky looking dolls in her background, and I asked her if she put it in the fireplace behind her, but she would not burn the dolls. So we're going to just have to deal with it. So let's bring them up.
Hi.
Hey, guys.
Hi.
Thank you so much for coming on.
Yeah, thank you for having us. Hey,
Brandon.
Stephanie.
Okay. I'm blurry and laggy. Stephanie, thank you. We'll just work with what we got. It's one of them weird. Oh.
Hey, he's just jealous.
Brandon, those are our ghost hunting friends. Stephanie is my daughter. James is from Cross the Line Paranormal.
Or Clothesline, whichever one.
Okay. I was getting ready to say, like, I do allow trolling in my comments because I think some of the stuff that they come up with are hilarious, but not nobody goes after somebody. Okay, thank you for clearing that up.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're a bunch of jokesters, so it's just funny.
Well, then you're right at home. So how did okay, let's just start from the beginning. How did Haunting Angels come to be? How did you guys get together, and what made you start a team?
Sarah, you want me to go first?
It don't matter.
We worked in the healthcare field, and our offices were close to each other. And she overheard me talk. Yeah, she overheard me talking to somebody in regards to I think a ghost channel or one of those paranormal teams that I was watching on TV. And that's pretty much how it started. Yeah.
Yeah, I took her out to what was a disclosed location, but we've burned it because we got caught there. And it was kind of set from stone ever since. We just got equipment and started going out to places.
Now, you mentioned that y'all are both in healthcare. My wife's an RN. Are you guys nurses by chance, or just in various healthcare capacities?
Well, I worked for the nursing team, and Sierra is a social worker.
Oh, bless your heart, Sierra.
Right?
That's rough. That's rough. The social worker needs a social worker. I get it.
Yes.
Poor thing.
Yes.
Yeah, and I'm usually her social worker.
Yeah, the social worker does need a social worker. I feel like my job is like chaos coordinator. It just encompasses everything. Oh my God.
Chaos coordinator.
I have one of those in my office. That's awesome.
Yes.
Hey, Brandon, I love how you called.
I am seriously lagging.
Yes. I love how you called Brian a bitch. That was great.
Well, actually, no, I didn't. I'm his bitch.
Right.
Yeah. I can't call Brian a bitch because I'm his bitch and I will get beat. The beatings will continue until the morale improves.
Okay.
Blink twice,
Yeah.
Brian. Or Brandon, blink twice if you need a social worker. Okay, I got you.
Okay, good. Thank you.
I got you.
Somebody saved me from Brian. So, what got you guys interested in the paranormal to start with? Did you have experiences as a child, or just interested, or how'd that go?
This is going to be really hard because usually we're right next to each other. But so I've always been interested in horror and paranormal. My dad and I love watching horror movies. He got me hooked on ghost hunters, and we all had a phase where we went through ghost adventures, but neither here nor there.
Well, did we all?
Yeah, before it was all demons. The original, first stuff was pretty good, but start doing those public investigations and you kind of get hooked, and you're like, okay, well, let's try this out private. Let's do an investigation where it's just us. And I mean,
right.
You start out with no equipment, and then you get that first REM pod going off, and you're hooked. And you get more and more equipment. It just kind of builds, and you get more into it.
Right. Yeah. Oh, well, what about you, Yvette?
Well, ever since I was little, I've always had.
That makes sense.
I've always had experiences when I was little. I still do to this day. And that's what got me into the same shows Sierra was talking about, Ghost Hunters. That's what I was growing up with, is Ghost Hunters back then.
Right.
And then, like she said, we went to an investigation once, and as soon as that REM pod went off just once, that's all it took. And then we've been going ever since.
Hey, Mondo, we were just telling Brandon about your guest.
Listen, bro. Listen, I'm going to be watching your podcast after the show. I heard some comments about a very lively guest that you had.
Yeah, Mondo and Jen.
I'm going to be watching that.
They're gonna take me to his house, and we're gonna go investigate.
I think you're gonna interview him.
Yeah,
do a psych interview.
I think you should take a pistol.
Oh my
with you.
She's good. She's got one.
I have a.
Okay.
I have one.
Hey. Okay, good. Take that with you.
And she's from Miami.
We don't need Yvette Sharon Tate.
And she's from Miami, so she's not to be.
Well, you'll stab somebody then. You're from Miami, you'll just cut them. We're not worried about that.
Yeah.
So, how long have you guys been a team?
Almost. It'll be 2 years in September.
And is it just the two of y'all on the team, or do you have other team members, or?
Unless you count your husband.
It's just us two. My husband sometimes goes with us, but really it's just us two.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's good.
And we prefer it that way. It's less drama, a lot of things,
Mm-hmm. No drama llamas.
No.
Right. Drama llamas.
Yeah.
I like that. Okay, that's going to go on a banner right now. As we talk, I'm going to create the drama llama banner.
Yeah.
So, because I've never heard that. That's amazing.
Really? We've done a couple different TikToks with the drama llamas.
Yeah, I've never heard the drama llama, and I'm very happy to add that to my go-to now. Of course, I'm having trouble spelling llama. Anyway, whatever. I'm sorry. This is so discombobulated for a show, but I can't figure out why I'm lagging. So we're just gonna have to bump through it, I guess. I've never had this. This has never happened before, I promise.
No worries.
All good.
Nobody got that joke? Nobody? Only guys got it.
Hi, David.
Hello, David. I'm trying to keep up. Lord, Miami is taking over the Paranormal field. It is my jammy.
It sure is, Mondo.
Well, with all the Cubans, and hoodoo and stuff that's down that way.
Reverse.
Are you Cubano?
I am Cuban. I was born and raised in Miami. My parents are Cuban.
Okay, nice. Well, then, can you make me some ropa vieja?
Ropa vieja? Yes, absolutely.
I don't know. Her
lots of drama in the paranormal field.
Yes.
Yeah.
Her cafe con leche, very good.
First time I ever had cafe con leche, I was in Miami, and they come out with this little stupid cup, right? I didn't know any better. I'm like, well, that's stupid. Go. I want a big one. They laughed. I didn't know why they're laughing. And so I drank like a regular sized cup of cafe con leche, and then I think I repainted 50 skyscrapers. Because I was just ready to go.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you're supposed to be a little cup.
Yeah, well, I found that out after I thought I was going to have a heart attack. So, yeah. Yes, good call, Thomas. It may be the solar flares and the northern lights coming all the way down to South Carolina that is interfering. Thank you for that. So, I when I was down in Alabama at the Deep South Paracomic Con, I was introduced to these two charming ladies, uh, the ghost hunting housewives.
Mhm.
And they were telling me about y'all, and that you guys are kind of in my area. I'm only like an hour and 30 minutes from Charlotte.
Oh wow, close.
So, yeah. So, but they told me about you. Then I come to find out you guys went and did an investigation with Crystal and them.
Mhm.
How did that go?
Really, really well. We did the Old County Pickens jail. I don't know if you want to go with that. I keep pointing. It's mirrored, so it's actually this hand.
Go ahead. You got it.
I know.
I mean, we had some of the best intelligent knocks that we've ever had. We ended up having what we believe to be a little girl, confirmed her age, that she was buried somewhere on the land, was killed by Europeans. I mean, the knocking was so crazy. I was convinced it was them until we had a camera facing our feet in this old cabin, because I could feel the vibrations in my feet. The knocking was so good. I mean, that's the best knocking we've ever had.
And Brandon, this is a cottage, like a little cabin outside of the jail. It wasn't even in the jail. The jail, we didn't really get too much, maybe just an orb. But the cottage is where we got a lot of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you mentioned orb. So that I would assume that you guys are on the orb side of the argument that orbs could be paranormal.
It could be. I'm not sure.
Yeah, you have to try to debunk it. I mean, you really have to pay attention to the environment and see what's going on. We were just at St. Albans. I'm like so paranormally hungover Friday night into Saturday morning, and I was convinced I was seeing an orb. But then the third time Yvette did it, I noticed her phone, or she might have, whenever her phone moved, I saw it. I'm like, that's your phone light reflecting on the wall, but it turned it into a circle. That's not anything. Debunked. You really have to pay attention.
Yeah, we try to debunk it right away.
So are y'all more skeptics that came to be believers, or so you went through the whole process, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so what was your first time when you realized, oh shit, there may be something to this paranormal?
You want me to go first here?
Yeah.
Well, back home in Miami, where I lived, there was a house that I was living with my parents, and every night, Brandon, something would happen. There was a little girl in my room laughing. The vertical blinds were moving, but they weren't moving. Lights flashing. I would wake up with a man standing in the bathroom staring at me. It was just every night something. And then my mom, I would wake them up thinking there's strangers in her home, because what else could it be, you know? And my mom did tell me she had her own experiences in that house. And then I don't know if it's a Cuban thing, but she told me just, put a glass of water under the bed. That supposedly takes all the bad energy away and it sucks it in that glass. So I started doing that. It started getting better. But ever since, those are the experiences that I'm talking about that woke me up with this paranormal thing. So yes, I do believe.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, huh? No. So I
was just gonna say
I may have two. So my grandfather died, I think, when I was 5 or 6, and the house that we lived in at the time had the pool that they had buried. He had died, and I was 5 or 6. I didn't quite know what was going on, but I believe that he visited me in my dream. He was in the backyard standing over where the pool was, and he was telling me, that everything's going to be fine. And then my mom would run out and he would disappear. it gives me cold chills. And then I've seen my great grandmother that died that actually lived in the house that I'm in very briefly before she ended up going to a nursing home. Before I lived here with my grandmother, I would come over and just kind of, she's your grandma, she'll give you snacks. So I come over because I live in the same neighborhood. Yeah. And I come in, she wasn't home, no one was home, and I'm pilfering, doing what I do. And I'm messing in the back room in the laundry room. And I hear my whole name yelled out, and I'm like, oh crap. Oh, I can cut. Oh shit. I've been caught.
Right.
So
we can cut.
I opened the door with the grocery bag in hand, and there is my great grandmother that's been dead for about a year or two, maybe 3. Can't remember exactly. And I know she's been dead.
Right.
He turns around to go through the dining room, and then fades into nothing. And I'm like, you know what? I don't need those snacks. So I left them where they were on the counter, and I left. And Grandma calls me, and she goes, "Were you here? There's snacks on the counter." I'm like, I thought I needed them. I didn't, and then I left.
Right.
That is the only full-bodied apparition I've ever seen.
It's like immediately you decided, I just need to cut sugar.
I'm good.
Right. I get
I'm
that.
fine. You're fine. Everybody's fine. We're all fine.
So, I think a lot of us in the paranormal world have had similar childhoods where we see a family member or, or with our nationalities, is kind of bred into our culture. So y'all are like a great mix. Mm-hmm. I would love to come out and investigate with you guys sometimes because, first of all, your energy's great, and second of all, I think it would be fun.
It will be.
We really could have named ourselves the Cuban and the Gringo, but we weren't thinking about that.
Yeah, it'll be great. If
I'm gonna need you to change your name.
Right.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. I'm just gonna need y'all to take. Yeah, that's gonna be your name whenever we get if we. Yeah.
But we've trademarked this one. That was so hard.
It is a pain in the butt.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Okay. Well, all right. That can be an inside joke, even though that would have been the greatest team name ever.
Yeah. Or when James collabs with us again, we can be the Cuban and the Gringos.
There you go.
Yeah.
The Green Ghosts.
Oh my God, Yvette. We need to put that on a t-shirt. Yes.
You're welcome. You're welcome. You can have that one for free.
She's regretting all of her life choices right now. I can see it in her eyes.
Well, welcome to Shaman Sundays, where your life choices just get, put on blast.
It's okay. Bring it.
Uh-huh.
Oh, I love it. I love it. I love everything except for that stinking doll that's sitting beside you.
She's not going to do nothing.
No. Well, and that brings us to a good segue. Tell us about your dolls.
Yeah, show him the haunted one. Supposedly haunted.
Let me take you closer.
Oh.
Can you see? I can't really see what I'm looking.
Yeah, unfortunately. Yep.
So the one that's sitting down, the little one, is supposedly the haunted one right here.
I'd be haunted too if I didn't have any clothes on.
Right?
Well, I go to the antique shops and I get them from there.
Right.
Where's the 60s?
I've talked to some people. The 60s doll. She said, "Where's the 60s doll?"
The 60s is the one on the window up here.
There he is.
Okay. Uh-oh. Okay. Yeah. All right, enough dolls. All right, we're done with dolls. As you can tell, I don't like dolls.
Yeah, my daughter doesn't either.
I mean, I have a haunted doll downstairs. but that doesn't mean that I like them.
Right.
Yeah, they can stay over there.
Yeah. Well, when I got my haunted doll, I didn't tell my wife, and so I show up with a haunted doll, and that's the day that I found out that I actually have my half of the living room. I thought that the whole living room was mine, but not when I brought that doll in.
No.
Yeah, she's like, "That's your half. You go over there," and I'm like, "Okay, fine." So, yeah, the doll thing is crazy. Have you had any activity around the haunted dolls, Yvette?
I mean, I've set up all my equipment over here and I haven't caught anything. The only thing that's happened is sometimes I find them on the floor, but it doesn't mean it's haunted. Maybe they just fell. So no, not that I'm aware of, not as of yet.
Well, let's hope we can keep it that way.
Yeah.
So, are either of y'all gifted or like psychic abilities or intuition? I thought so. So let's talk about that. Yeah,
she's a witch.
Yeah, so
I always say I am, not a bad one.
Burn her. She's a witch. Burn her.
Burn her at the stake.
Burn her. Let's not do that. But I think you and my wife would get along very well, Yvette. Without me saying any more, I think you get what I'm saying.
Of course, I do.
Yeah. Yes. So, how'd you get into that? That's interesting. Let's dive into that a little bit.
How did I get into that? So I have family members and friends that have passed, and they come to visit me and they tell me things.
Hi, Caitlin.
That's number one. Number two is I'm able to see what's going to happen, let's say to Sierra and her new job, or my mom selling her house. I'm able to tell you when it's going to happen, what's going to happen. I'm able to sometimes see your aura around you. Of course, I can feel what's happening. I can feel if you're sad or something's going on in your life. I can open myself
you're
up.
Not picking up my energy.
I can open up myself more, but I'm kind of scared because when I have done that before, bad stuff comes, and that's what I'm scared of, honestly. So I have shut myself off some, so I don't let those things come in.
And that makes sense, but you also, I've had this discussion with other people. You also have to be careful about closing it off because eventually it will fight its way out.
I'm fully aware.
So, yeah. Can you? This is just going to the Cuban thing. Can you read cigar smoke?
No, I've never tried. No.
I was at a Cuban, a cigar place down in, what's that pirate town? Ybor City in Florida.
Mm-hmm.
And I went, they would roll their own cigars, and I went in there and was just hanging out. And there was a Cuban lady, couldn't speak any English, but she saw something in my cigar smoke and came over, and she was like reading the future in the cigar smoke. It was the coolest thing I'd ever seen.
No, that's pretty cool. I mean, my mom took me once with my grandmother to get a reading from a lady in a house. I think they did a lot of santeria or brujeria, and there was eyes all over the walls and pictures frames, and that scared the shit out of me, Brandon. Honestly, I wanted nothing to do with that. So no, I try to stay away from all that.
Okay, fair enough. That is, I've been in houses similar to that where there's eyes all over, and they were doing santeria or Santa Moita, and if I was reading it in a textbook, it would be okay because the idea behind the practice is great, but the imagery is terrifying.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and the smell that I smell when I go into these homes I don't know how to explain it. It's horrific. I don't like it at all. So I stay away from
Right.
all of them.
Well, I don't blame you. And so, Sierra, do you have any gifts that come with you? God, that was stupid English. Stop. Do you have
Hey.
any gifts,
I mean,
Sierra?
I I feel like I'm able to pick up on emotions. I don't know if I'd call myself an empath or not, but it does help with my job of being a social worker to pick up on what people are feeling. And I mean, I'm an empathetic crier. You cry, I'm gonna cry right with you.
Right.
I'm working on, and I
Hi,
feel
Crystal.
like I can pick up on
We were just talking
emotions
about
in
you,
a
Crystal.
building, like the vibe in a building. But I'm having difficulty separating it from my own feelings. I'm not wearing my Haunting Angel shirt, but on the back of it, it says Ghost Bait, and Ghost Bait is a state of mind. Not a skeptic,
I
total
mean, you're
believer,
right.
but I know what they can do, and I have to separate my own kind of emotions and the history and the vibe of the building. So I'm a novice something.
Yeah, but I mean, that could lead to the world of psychometry. That could open a bunch. My wife is shut up, bro. Okay, yes, master. A B
Hey,
C.
we're gonna have a conversation later. I'm his social worker.
Right.
There you go. Watch it, Brian.
Almost lost my contact on that one. But no, like with your gifts, I mean, that could open you up for a whole lot. My wife is a hospice nurse, and she's also a psychic and empath. And so, yeah, it helps with her job, but also, and I'm sure, Sarah, you feel the same way. Sometimes it's just emotionally draining on my wife.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
You
and
know,
being in healthcare,
and I can imagine.
Yeah. No, I was just going to say, being in healthcare, I mean, where I'm at now, the hospital where life is created and life ends, you can see some freaky shit.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right. Oh, now that I think about it, now that we're talking about hospitals, I've never investigated a hospital.
Oh, and you're being so close to us, you should do the old hospital on College Hill up in, is it West Virginia?
What in Virginia? Yes.
Yep.
Yeah. It is amazing. We got a bunch of good stuff there. I love that place.
James Brady keeps I don't even know what their new team name is. Slurper, Slushy. I don't know, something. Anyway, he goes up there quite a bit. And I went up there to Trans-Allegheny to investigate with him, and then they went to College Hill, and I didn't get to go with them. But he says it's in Williamson, West Virginia.
Yeah.
Yes,
West Virginia. Yeah.
But he some of the stories that he told me that of the activity they got was really cool. I'd love to go up there someday.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she was under Estes, and I heard running from down the hallway. It was in the basement, and we were the only ones there. That was pretty cool. I actually pulled her out.
Okay, here's the correction. Spirit-led. Oh, wow. Spirit-led paranormal research. Sorry, James, even though I was there when you came up with the name, I forget. That's what you get. It's what you pay for, James. This is why you have me living 3 miles from you, and I'm your friend. Just don't forget that. So do you guys like to use equipment? Do you like to use yourself as your equipment? Is it a combination? How do you guys like to investigate?
I honestly just like to use myself.
Mm-hmm. I like a combination. You kind of go in and you pick up on a vibe and see what's there, and if you're not really feeling anything, lay some stuff out, try to talk, communicate, see what happens. See if you can kind of prove the feeling that you're getting with anything, or vice versa.
Okay. And I've asked some of my guests this, so I'll ask you this, Sierra. If you could only have one piece of equipment to use on an investigation, what one piece of equipment would you use?
I have always said the recorder. If equipment, I mean, the EVP that we got at St. Albans, within 5 minutes of being there, is like I had cold chills. We have someone screaming, "Let me out!" Like, best EVP ever within 5 minutes of starting.
That was either you either caught a really good EVP, or that was me yelling because Brian was beating me again.
We could have been picking up on your energy.
God, it's off the rails. I love it. Okay, so Yvette, if you had to take one piece of equipment, I know that you don't like to use equipment, and I'm kind of the same way. I mean, I'll use it, but just the one piece, and it could be old school. It doesn't have to be all kind of fancy or nothing, but one piece. What would you take?
A recorder, even if it's my own phone, but a recorder.
Fair
I mean,
enough.
I have two bags. I have two bags of equipment, and I always end up using one or two pieces from that bag. So,
right, yeah, I have 7 Pelican cases, and I generally only work out of one. So I get it. Yeah. Let's talk about now. I heard that one of the y'all are in love with Ghost Adventures. Is that correct? You love the Ghost Adventures?
No. Who told you that?
We don't like Bags Baggins and his demonic possessions, and I'm gonna shoot. No.
Nobody told me that. It was just from our backstage conversations where y'all had just mentioned, "Oh, we were watching Ghost Hunters," and then blah blah. So yeah, no, I wanted to put you on the spot, but that's okay. Brian, stop laughing at me. Okay, here's a question from Lee Warner. How do you feel about places that tell you not to move spirits on? That's a good question.
That is a good question.
Like, you know how there's some out there, and I'm not gonna put them on blast, the owners of these places, but there's several people out there that try to trap their ghosts and keep them in there and don't want anybody crossing them over, don't want anybody doing anything because they're going to use the spirits for profit. How do y'all feel about that?
What? I've never heard of such a thing, actually, and that's ridiculous.
Yeah, I don't think I would go to a place that said that they would do that, because we typically will ask, do you need help? Do you have a message? And if they say, I mean, the cabin that we were talking about at Old Pickens County, the little girl that I can't remember how old she said she was, but when, talking about her body being there, immediately we went into, you're not stuck here. You don't have to stay here. You can go. I mean,
right.
I don't think we would go to a place that's, you have to keep them here. No, we want to communicate.
I mean, who would do that?
Yeah, well, just know that it's out there.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
we can talk offline, but yeah. So, do you guys have any Paracon set up where you're going to be, or any events that you have coming up? Or
go ahead, Sierra.
Well, no, I was just going to say, we've not really gotten into the Paracon yet. I mean, we usually do 9 or 10 investigations a year. Is at least what we have this year. I think last year might have been a little bit less. We're already looking at places that we want to do for next year, so that kind of would hinder that. It's something we would be open to and think about considering. But right now, we've just not really been invited to do that yet.
Well, let me be the first to invite you. I guess this will be be the first time I'm announcing this, but 2025, we will be doing a Paracon down here at Haygood Mill again. It's gonna be special. I'm not gonna put details out there, but I'm working Dave Childress. I'm working with him, and I don't know if you know Larissa Rex from Third Eye Events. If you don't know her, she's amazing, amazing lady. So we're just trying to put it together. So So I'm going to personally invite y'all to take part in our Paracon.
Awesome, thank you. We will be there.
Of course. Get you guys up there as speakers if you would like to get up and
Lord.
speak and talk about what you do.
Listen, I'm an antisocial social worker.
Fair. We can go as deep into the water the first time, or we can just stand by the shore, whatever you guys want to do. But I would love to have y'all at the Paracon. So we'll definitely have to do that. Yeah, of course. And then Crystal Hill, are you still in Denver, Colorado?
Hi, Crystal.
She's such a sweetheart. I was gonna say sweet lady, but that's not appropriate. She's not a sweet lady.
Yeah.
She'll get you. If you piss her off, she'll get you.
So, yeah, she's a handful. She's good. Her and Carol.
Yes, I love Carol to death. Oh, you're home. Well, where are my pictures, Crystal? Or have you not left yet? Anyway. Okay, so Lee on the follow-up says, I agree, would not go to any place that was not agreeing to help their spirits cross over. Yeah, that's just dirty. And to the people that own these locations and they do that, you get what you deserve. That's all I'm gonna say. So sorry. My connection was going in and out again. I apologize.
Okay.
What was I gonna? Okay, so Crystal says, I will send pictures. My Brandon's been TD. Okay. So what's that got to do with me and pictures, Crystal? Just because your husband's serving the country doesn't mean I don't get to see pictures. Anyway. By the way, happy Mother's Day, Crystal. And happy Mother's Day to everybody that has just joined us that is a mother, or if you're just a motherfucker. I don't care. Happy Mother's Day.
Yeah.
I love it. I know a few motherfuckers.
She does.
Yes.
We all do.
God, I know. Yeah, don't we though? That's why I think we should change the name of Father's Day to Motherfucker's Day.
There you go.
I think that would be great.
Yes.
I don't care. We're having a good time. We're having a ball. Y'all, I didn't write any questions down before we started. I've been running around with my mom all day and my grandmother, who please send not healing because there's nothing to heal anymore. She's on her way out, but just send love and light, please. It's kind of hard on my mom. It's her mother and she just went into hospice and is on comfort meds. So please keep my family in your thoughts while we go through that. Okay, let's see here. Does Yvette have a Brandon doll behind her? I don't know if that's a gnome. I don't know if that's a beard back there or what.
Where?
Do you have a gnome? I don't know. She says behind you. It's got to have a beard.
I hope not.
Or someone dressed like Brandon.
Let's move. Anything that looks like a gnome is me. Like anything. All right,
no,
we're going to move on. We're not gonna... Yeah, okay, good. Are you want me to tell that story, Crystal? Because I will. All right, I'm going to tell the story. So, they made me an honorary ghost hunting housewife, and they gave me a shirt.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
yeah,
they had the back printed specially for me. They actually did it in their car after after one of the days of the Paracon, and it's just "Let's go, Brandon" on the back, and I'm like, well, here we go. So I'm okay with it. I mean, I'm okay with it though, but yeah, it was very sweet. It was a very sweet thought, and it was funny, and I wear it with pride. So, oh, the cowboy
We
hat.
should make-
She's saying the doll with the cowboy hat. I guess behind that chair.
Scarecrow?
That's a scarecrow.
Scarecrow.
He's a Halloween decoration.
Yvette, we should make James a Haunting Angel shirt, and then on the back either say limestone or clothesline.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. We were on a podcast and someone called James's group Cross the Line, Clothesline. So now it's a running joke.
Clothesline it is. James.
And this one kept
Need
calling
you
him
to do your
limestone,
laundry.
so you know.
Well, because I had some drinks, so I wasn't thinking straight. So, you know.
Well, and that's okay. So, clothesline limestone, James. Got
James,
it.
yeah.
Okay, so yeah, that one's eerie too. Crystal says that doll sitting in the chair always scares me. Yeah, it's a little creepy.
Yeah,
It's a
Crystal
little-
doesn't like
don't-
this one.
That's Crystal's favorite.
Yeah.
Crystal.
Oh no. Oh, and with the audio too. No.
Yes.
Clothesline limestone. Yes.
Clothesline limestone angels. Mhm.
.com.org.
Brandon, we're a hot mess. What can I tell you?
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Well, I mean, then we're in good company here because this I'm a hot mess,
Mhm.
and my show is just off the rails. So yeah, we're all family here.
So yes,
We all
let's get
float
together and
down here.
investigate. And
I would love to.
Yeah, you're in Greenville, South Carolina, right?
Well, easily.
That's
I tell people Greenville,
meet up
but
somewhere.
I mean,
maybe
come
he
on,
can meet
we
us
can-
at maybe
Trivet.
he can meet us at Trivet.
Yeah. Have you been to Trivet Clinic before?
Nope.
It's north of Statesville. I can't think of the name of the town, but it's been a nursing home, a hospital, an alcoholics
Detox.
recovery, supper club. Yeah. We get good stuff there. We've had a shadow figure, EVPs. She had her flashlight get thrown.
Oh, nice.
Yes. Uh-huh.
I have a friend of mine who she's written a couple of books about Trivet Clinic. Alex Matsuo. I don't know if y'all know her, but
That sounds familiar.
I interviewed her. We've talked about Trivet Clinic, but I just haven't been up there. So I'd love to get up there. Just let me know when.
Yeah, we have it booked next April. That's our first location of next year. We'll have to see if you're available.
I mean, I can be available.
Okay,
Unless
well,
I'm not.
we'll make it happen. We'll make it happen. We'll send you the date.
Okay, because even though I grew up here in the South, I haven't investigated many places here because Supernatural Inc. is based out of Kansas City.
Mhm.
So obviously all of our spots are in Missouri and Kansas and stuff. So
Yeah.
I just now started to branch off and do stuff out here.
We don't have a whole lot of places. North Carolina's not open about the paranormal. You have to do it on the down low. So we have to go to another state unless it's the Battleship or Trivet or disclosed place on the down low.
Right. Well, we can get you guys down here to South Carolina. I got several places that we can go.
Yeah. No, James, we cannot go back to Jackson. We've been banned. Well,
Supper
not banned.
club.
We were alcohol. Yeah.
That's a hell of a mixture. If it was the supper club at the same time as the detox,
I don't know if
please
it was
tell
at the
me.
same time.
They're like, I'm gonna give you dinner and drinks, and then I'm gonna call you an alcoholic, and I'm gonna charge you to stay
And we're
in
gonna,
my clinic.
And then I'm going to chain you to the wall and make you detox. In the basement.
Yeah.
In
No.
the dark basement. Right.
James,
Yeah.
first of all, it's Stonewall Jackson. And second of all, we cannot go back to that location. We burned this location because at best we got detained by the police.
Well, I did take James by there so he can see, and he was in shock. I mean, it's a paranormal dream for us paranormal investigators. Yeah.
Yeah, but there is an active
Well,
jail behind it.
Because I was going to say, let's talk about this whole police involvement. I'm curious now.
It's really
we
funny.
got like 15 minutes left.
It's really funny. So I have seen these pranks on TikTok where you type the little thing on Google Translator. Hello, this is a call that's monitored by whatever county jail. Inmate, has been, you accept this call or whatever. So we did her daughter and my mom. We did this prank thing the same day. Well, we had planned to go to Stonewall Jackson Training School. I'll burn it. Anyone planning on going there, don't. There's an active jail behind it. And well, no, I don't want to say that. You jump in whenever.
This is live.
Yeah, Well, I'm trying to watch how much I say because I don't want them to change their mind. And you jump in whenever, Yvette.
So we had planned to go there and do a live at 7:00. So we make it there. I'm not going to say much, but we make it there. We make it by one of the prisons or cottages, whatever you want to call it at the time. I hear footsteps on the leaves outside. I'm not thinking paranormal. I'm thinking somebody's outside. So I kind of peeked to see who it was, and it was a police officer. So I started grabbing my things without telling Sierra what was happening.
Yeah, and I'm like, what is happening? What are you doing? What's going on? And she wouldn't tell me.
Because I'm the brave one. I like to keep things calm, make sure she's okay.
Yeah.
And when I grabbed on myself, I said, Sierra, let's go. We got to go. There's a police outside. So when we exited and we made eye contact with them, there was about 5 cop cars surrounding my car outside.
And they pulled her license plate. They left voicemails on her phone. And mind you, I'm in a Haunting Angels t-shirt. She's got a Haunting Angels beanie on. We've got backpacks. We're fucked.
Right. Yeah.
So they gave us a
speech. Don't wear.
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, they gave us a whole speech, what do you know what this is? The whole speech. And then they came down on me and they said, you're the one with the CCW? I said, yes. And he says, you're supposed to announce that you have a CCW, but I didn't have my weapon on me. I didn't know I didn't know I had to announce, even I didn't have my weapon on me. I don't know. He was probably giving me a really hard time, making me feel bad. But long story short, they let us go. They told us pretty much, get out, leave.
Against my better judgment, get out of here. And for anyone that's a Swiftie, when we get in her truck and the first song that plays, because she's got it on the Taylor Swift radio, is Fresh Out the Slammer, it took everything in me not to fucking lose it in front of the cops. Talk about karma. Oh my God. And in the moment, I'm just sitting there like, well, we can't call her daughter and we can't call my mom. Who are we going to call? Because that's who we pranked today.
Yeah, they're not going to believe us.
Yeah, and I can't listen to that song without laughing. So.
Well, Taylor Swift is one of the lizard people, one of the reptilians. So she's not from this planet.
She knows. But
she does.
I spoke it into the universe. We were in the car on our way there, and I said, wouldn't it be so funny if the police actually detain us or whatever? And we did that prank video earlier, and then it happened. I spoke it into existence.
She did.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he did. It happens.
Karma's a bitch.
So we've got a couple of minutes left. We started early too, so
Yeah.
I want to give the opportunity. Where can people find you? And yeah, where can people find you?
Go ahead, Sierra. You're good at that. Go ahead.
We're on Instagram, we're on YouTube, we're on Facebook. And I'm still amazed at our Facebook because it started with myself, Yvette, her husband Chris, and her daughters Caitlin and some other friends, Stephanie, just liking the page and liking all our little posts. We have passed 1,000. We're at 1,200. I don't know where you people came from. I don't know what's happened. I still look at it and I'm like, what? Where did all you people come from?
Yeah,
What
but
happened?
thank you anyways.
Yes. Yep, that's
check
the
them out.
YouTube.
This is their Facebook page.
Oh, okay.
Let's see. They're at 1,100 likes. Let's see if we can jump that up to 1,200 likes. 24 hours.
God.
Let's see if we can get them 100 people in
Oh
24
my
hours. And you know what? If we can do more than 100 people in 24 hours, then I'll do some sort of special giveaway, guys. So get on there, click that like button, hit that follow button on Haunting Angels TM.
Thank you so much.
We don't play on the station. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know where all these people came from, but thank you.
Oh, I love it. It's like, I don't know where these people came from, but can you go back where you came? I mean, thank you.
Yeah. Bring some friends.
Listen, thank you guys so much. And I'm just going to cut it a little bit short because it is Mother's Day. And I know you guys probably want to smack your kids around or something or whatever you do, which is great. It's what my mom used to do. And I turned out perfect.
Love you, Shadow Master.
Again, thank you guys so much for coming on Mother's Day. Holy shit. This was a train wreck clusterfuck of fun is what I'm going to call it. I have enjoyed. I love the show and I love doing it, but every now and then you get that one gem where it just goes off the rails and it's just fun. And this has been one of those. So,
yes, thank you,
Yvette. I want to thank you so much. And,
thank you,
Sierra. Thank you so much.
Thank you,
Sierra. Thank you for being my social worker.
Yes,
Brian,
I got you.
The social worker's coming to see you, Brian.
Brian, catch me outside.
And catch me outside. How about that?
How about that?
You know that girl. You know that girl's worth like millions of dollars now.
Yeah, she is.
She's
with that song.
Yeah. Why can't I do something like that?
Exactly.
Right?
Just give me $20. So I'd like to end my show the same way, and I hope that, ladies, this will mean something to you that it means to me. But I always say, at the end of the show, it's not about surviving the storm, people. It's about how you dance in the rain, and I mean that from the bottom of my heart. Happy Mother's Day to all you beautiful, beautiful, strong women out there, especially in the paranormal. Keep doing what you're doing. We love you. And literally, if it wasn't for women, we wouldn't be here because there was no other way to be here but women. Respect the women. Stop treating them like shit out there in the paranormal world. And we'll just all get along just fine. Thank you very much. So, everybody, thank you for tuning in. We will see you next Sunday where my guest will be. Hell, I haven't even scheduled one. I'm going to try to get Sarah Lemos. We'll see what we can do.
And you need to check out 305.
Thanks, guys. I'm going to watch 305. If you're still watching, I'm going to watch you after this. I'm going to like it. I'm going to love it.
That's a really good episode.
Good night, and God bless. This train's on fire.